Welcome back for another crypto market update. Bitcoin closed just barely under negative 10% yesterday. It's one of the most pitiful closes I've ever seen. Gosh, I mean, this price action looks so familiar. It's almost like we've already seen this before. Oh, wait, we already have. If you guys have been paying attention to my videos, you should know anytime Bitcoin gets constricted in a super tight range with these little weak closes like this is a recipe for disaster. It's not going to go well. We're seeing Bitcoin struggle over and over to push above, let me say it this way, close above 95K, putting on both of our fib levels that overlap the 1.618 and the 0.618 around $95,000. We only got one daily close right here at 95,630. Rejection on Tuesday, rejection again yesterday, and here we are in the same spot. I'm telling you guys, anytime price action gets this constricted and this tight, I'll say 75% of the time it's a bearish outcome. There's always the chance that this could be a bull flag where the price action goes up and it gets trapped in a sideways rectangle only to break out to the upside. But guys, the longer that this happens, the worse it is. The fact that Bitcoin cannot push above this level. And imagine not knowing Fibonacci levels. You'd be going like, oh man, this is so exciting. Like it's just going to any day now. Why is it stopping here though? Like it should go a lot higher, shouldn't it? Having fib levels like this is a gift. I know not everybody likes Fibonacci retracement levels, but guys, guess what? A lot of other people use them and that's why we should be using them too. Now it's not just the fibs. We're also looking at daily RSI. Now we saw a low yesterday confirmed at 70.28. And today we're just getting started. So we can't really say, oh yeah, it's at 71 now. But look, we have lower highs and lower lows right here. So we're getting this move down and down and down. We're not below. And we are looking at a massive 8-day overbought streak, but with no significant price action. Did yesterday's volume exceed the moving average? No. I'm expecting BTC to have a pullback. I think that makes the most sense. There's no interest, there's no excitement, and more importantly, even in terms of volume, there are no buyers up here. No one thinks that Bitcoin at $95,000 is a good buy. Everyone is expecting Bitcoin to go bye-bye from this level. If everyone thought Bitcoin was a good buy right now, we should see volume exceeding the moving average every single day, over and over and over and over, even on the weekend. You don't believe me. I know you're like, no, he can't be. No, that's not how it is. Really? No. If we go back over here to November, sure, we'll have weekends. Like here we go. It's just Saturday. You can tell it's Saturday, Sunday. Those are always going to be low volume days. But look at the volume. Massively outperforming the moving average to the point that the yellow moving average starts going up. See the difference? This is what bullish excitement looks like. This is nothing. While we did have a period where it was getting exciting last week, Bitcoin was outperforming the moving average. I saw signs that we could be becoming bullish. But the longer that this takes, the worse it is. Yes, on-balance volume looks great. It really does. I'm not lying there. It looks nice. If we look at the TBO, yes, amazing. We've been staying above the daily TBO cloud for now. Let's see, we got this close. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. It is amazing. But why isn't it going higher? Because the market has collectively agreed, nope, 95K, not buying it. I'm not saying that it has to go down, but the longer this takes, the greater the chance of it falling down. Now, where are some targets? Well, the ultimate target is going to be down here at 82K. If things get really bad, this is where Bitcoin's headed. Now, the other logical targets that we're going to be watching are right here. That's a weird way to draw it. Let me do it like this. The 0.5 fib level, which is just above 90K. And we also have another level right here. And again, I'm focusing on Fibonacci levels because these have been respected back over here. We can see them being respected. So it makes the most sense, especially because it's being respected right now. So this is an easy first touch. There's also these previous, there are also, this is the plight of a teacher, especially in international school. You cannot help but correct your own grammar all the time. It's exhausting. The other thing to keep in mind is that we have price action right here, right? But then we have this level, this level, this level. Honestly, this right here at 88K is probably going to be decent support right here to about right here for a pullback, which I don't think it'll be major. It will feel major because a 6% pullback is going to feel like, ooh, that's going to be a big jolt of volatility for BTC, where we've seen basically no volatility. But it's foolish for us to just go, oh yeah, everything's fine. No, it's not fine. On the 4-hour time frame, we had these TBT bearish divergence clusters that printed yesterday. I shared this in the Better Traders Club updates. It's not a great sign to see this. Yes, I know that we have a very ascending, very bullishly ascending TBO slow line on the 4-hour time frame, which negates this to a degree, but seeing these clusters is actually a pretty big deal. Now, I also wanted to let you guys know, I shared this in the club as well. The TBT forecaster flipped bullish on Friday, which I was too late to catch this. This is a huge deal. Now, I know this looks like it's not a very clear indicator. It's just red and green. I know it's Christmas all the time in trading. But you can see it was red, thick red, starting back over here in January. And we had a little bit of going back and forth, but it stayed red, letting us know alts are bearish for this entire 107-day period, which I wish I paid way more attention to this. But on the flip side, after an extremely long and bearish period, now we're seeing from Friday that alts have flipped bullish. Now, this could easily just flip back to bearish. But the fact that it's staying bullish this long, I like this. This is looking good to me. Now, let's keep moving on. BVOL 7D has retraced back into the bounce zone. RSI is back below 25, just like we saw back over here in October. And we know that in October, we did see a lot of volatility, but that's because in October, the price of Bitcoin started pumping like crazy after that. I know. Mixed signals much? Yeah, trust me, I know. It's all over the place. The others market cap successfully closed a TBO open long despite not closing above overhead resistance again yesterday. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pierces of overhead resistance. That's amazing. But better than that, on balance volumes moving average is moving up higher. While the jagged line is not moving up higher, the fact that this is moving up gives me confidence to go, okay, I know Bitcoin, it's literally on the fence right now. If it doesn't close above 95K soon, things are going to go bad real fast, and that will negate a lot of the momentum I see building here for others. But on the off chance that Bitcoin does close above $95,000 today, as in the daily candle closes above 95K, we will see that flow into everything else. Everything else will go absolutely crazy. Now, I need to go over a couple of other things. XRP has printed a TBO, actually 2 TBO close longs recently, yesterday evening. And so far, the price is having a little bit of a correction, a pullback. The last time we saw these guys, we saw a very significant pullback. We don't usually see a 32% move after seeing TBO close longs, the blue dots right there. But when we see them, we should know that it's just a reminder to take some profits. If you haven't taken some profit yet out of a position, consider doing that, because these let us know that the trend could be switching to be bearish. Now, other more interesting news and exciting news, HYPE is now pumping above overhead resistance, as you can see here on the daily time frame. But more notably, we have a successful TBO breakout printed on this recently closed candle, and one is in progress right now after pumping up 6.5%, which is a very exciting move for HYPE, especially since it's been trapped. Note, we have a TBO open long back here last Monday, which is a sign of bullish continuation. Even though we might have some chop, having this is a great sign. And then having a breakout, even better. And speaking of even better, you guys might remember yesterday, I shared a perfect 3 in a row TBO breakout for KCS, the KuCoin token. Now, it's not exploding massively. Since that, it's only up like 1%. It's KCS though. Like, this thing doesn't rip and go crazy unless it really wants to, but it is an interesting sign, and I do expect KCS to pump. AKT, a cash network on Coinbase, is going absolutely crazy. And lo and behold, what just printed here on Saturday? It's a TBO breakout cluster. Perfect 3 in a row. Look at that. And since printing, the the chart of AKT is up 36%. You guys, the TBO does not mess around. Now, other exciting news. Mantle, this one printed a second TBO close short on this newly closed candle for yesterday, which is basically just 22 minutes ago. But this is still an exciting move. This is letting us know that there is a greater chance that we're going to see a reversal. Yes, I see this. Trust me, I'm not blind. But I do know that when I see a TBO close short, I am going to be expecting the price to have a bullish recovery. Now, there's a huge difference between a TBO close short that's printed way above TBO support and one that's printed basically right at support. Can you tell which one I like better? And it's not just like picking and choosing. I could tell you, but going back over here, we don't have enough history. But there are other charts too. Like this one, yes, it's exciting to see that. But when we know it's super high above the daily TBO support line, it's not as reliable. Now, these ones are still honestly too far for my liking. 10% is really far, like 9% above the support level. Really, it needs to be like right above it. But the fact that we're seeing 2 in a close spot like that, it's actually a pretty good sign. We're not seeing anything really forming yet on the 4-hour time frame, and on the weekly time frame, we're in process of printing a TBO open short. But we've also seen this before, and the price goes up higher. I really just want to see this close and this result in a move up higher. Now, there is resistance based off of the TBO right about here at 92 cents. And of course, there's price-based overhead resistance currently, if it were to pump right now, at about $1.09. CAS. Let's go on to these green tags, which are letting us know that there's some TBO open longs, or there's some things that are happening right now. CAS printed, as you guys might remember yesterday, on Monday, it printed 2 TBO closed longs. Since then, the price has fallen and retraced all the way down here about 15%. That's a pretty decent move, to be honest. Oh, and by the way, TBO breakouts. Do you see this right here? 3 in a row. What did the price do after that? It pumped up about 30%. You guys kind of noticing a pattern here? So now on the daily time frame, has it changed to be bearish? No, it actually hasn't. Even though we have an open long back here, even though we're chopping and falling back, this is actually a great entry right here. When the price falls back to the daily TBO fast line after seeing an open long like this right here is called a TBO springboard bounce. This is basically entering on the pullback to the fast line and then making a quick little trade up here for 19-20% or so. But obviously, I mean, this thing could rip a lot higher, which I expect it to. Say just printed its official TBO open long. This is just getting started, and Say has been massively oversold for quite a long time. Has a local high over here in December at about 71 cents, and it's fallen down 80% since then. Curve is doing actually really well. Curve pushed above. There we go. Moved up 10% yesterday. Notice a pattern here? Let me just get rid of the fibs just so we can see this a little bit better. You see this? I have an open long, a little bit of chop, comes close to this fast line, pump. A little bit of chop, comes to the fast line, pump. I mean, that's a TBO springboard bounce. Usually I like to enter when it crosses. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, we can see lots of opportunities to do so. When we have a nice ascending TBO slow line like this on the 4-hour time frame or on the daily time frame, although the slow line is still up here, to be honest, this is a really fun chart to trade, and it's above the daily TBO cloud, which is a great sign. Fartcoin. This one is also showing a lot of good momentum. Yesterday, it pumped up about 12%, continues to rip and roar higher. This thing is strong, bullish, probably because there are a lot of people shorting this or trying to short it over and over and over, which is a bad idea, but they don't have the TBO. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we did see TBO breakouts, but these fizzled out. TBO breakout cluster, and it fizzled out. So I know, I wish it was like, okay, once this happens, it's going to happen. Like, this is the perfect setup. This is going to happen every time. No. But we can get excited when we see TBO breakouts, knowing that there should be explosive moves to the upside. But when we get these blue dots right here, blue diamonds right there, it lets us know if you're in a long position and you haven't taken any profit yet, do so because the trend could be changing. Now, is it? Probably not. That's a pretty strong TBO slow line on the 4-hour. On the daily, no. I don't think it's going to be slowing down anytime soon. Fartcoin is coming up to the 786 resistance level, which is notable. So we might see some resistance at about $1.56. So just keep that in mind. Going back over here. Now we have two must-watch coins. Toncoin continues to struggle with overhead resistance. And yesterday, it didn't even test it. It got close, but it wasn't enough. I'm not seeing volume. I'm not seeing demand. It's losing strength. Unbalanced volume is still looking like okay-ish, but the chart looks super weak. TIA got rejected from its resistance level, and it fell down basically back below the cloud. But because we have a TBO closed short, this is actually our entry opportunity when it comes back here to the TBO fast line. Yes, it fell below a little bit. It could honestly still fall lower, but this is a good entry considering the fact that looking at the weekly chart for TIA from its all-time high, way back over here at $20, and it's down 86% still, could be good. Now, the only problem that I'm seeing is that on the weekly and on the daily time frame, volume is lackluster. We've had some pushes of volume above the moving average, but I'm not seeing this yellow line just dramatically growing and increasing. It's not really showing that yet. We really want to see more TBO closed shorts. We want to see a big push above overhead resistance. It could happen today, but a lot of this is pivoted and hinged, rather is a better way to say it, on BTC closing above 95K. We're not seeing any TBO closed longs yet on the 4-hour, but I feel like they have to be coming soon because this is just terrible price action. Yes, there are good signs appearing all over the place. There are even charts that are pumping even right now, but we need to keep this in mind because if BTC dumps, it's going to destroy all of the gains that you haven't taken yet. Now, you need some help. That's why you're watching the videos. You're watching the updates. You want to become a better trader. I get it, and I got you. At our website, thebettertraders.com, this is exactly what I teach on our courses. And if you haven't taken one of our courses yet, I strongly recommend 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom. It comes with one-to-one coaching. It comes with access to our Better Traders Club for 1 month, plus the TBO. Lots of great stuff there. We also have the Better Traders Club. And in the club, there's the access to the TBO or TBT divergence. There's market analysis, trade setups. I am literally going to be filming my May watch list video today and sharing all the trading pairs. So having access to the trading pairs isn't enough because the watch list video goes through every single coin and token and explaining why things are or why I picked this, what I'm expecting, how to anticipate, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. And I also want to remind you that I will be in Toronto on May 15th for the first ever Better Trader Summit in partnership with AllTrading. Seats are going fast. Make sure to reserve yours now before the price hikes up higher. So until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.